I just feel that in South Africa, there's not enough investment houses saying that there's trouble, and there's huge trouble coming. So we were started in 2005, and the main reason why we started our business is that prior to that I was with a large financial institution, and I was worried about the world's economy then and financial markets, just like we are right now. And I just felt that I'd be better able to serve my investors by having our own funds, because prior to that I was a financial advisor, and I used to go to presentations and look at fund fact sheets, and I thought I was doing my clients a service. But when 9/11 happened, I realized that I wasn't. And I realized that I didn't have the skill set or the team to manage our clients' risk effectively. So we set up our funds with the help of an award-winning investment committee, and they're just absolutely brilliant, and they've won many awards with many other houses. But ultimately we set up the funds in 2006 and 2007, just before the financial crisis happened. And when it happened, I must admit, it was a lot bigger than what we anticipated. We weren't the only ones talking about it. There were many other people talking about the financial crisis, but I think it took everybody by surprise. It was just, the whole system just collapsed. I mean, ultimately capitalism failed. That's what happened with the financial crisis. But we remained unemotional. We stuck to fundamentals. We focused on our benchmark. We focused on our time horizon, and we were extremely disciplined. And then in 2010, we were fortunate to win a major award for being the best in South Africa, for being #1 in South Africa in our sector, which was, was a fantastic achievement. But ultimately, what it meant to us is that we were looking after our clients, and looking after our clients over a very difficult time period for the world. Then in 2014, we won a Raging Bull Award, which is like the Oscars for the investment industry, again for finishing #1. So we're very proud of that track record, and if we look at our 10-year track record, and these figures are correct as at the last quarter, we're currently #4 in South Africa in our sector out of 54 funds, and we've been in some large players, which again is a fantastic achievement. But really the message behind this video is just to reach out to people and say to people, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is how we do it. There's people saying, like Gary Vaynerchuk saying that you should remain in cash. And there's a lot of credit in what he's saying, and I think it just backs up what we say. Tony Robbins is also talking about a stock market crash. Robert Kiyosaki is talking about a stock market crash. So we're not alone in our message, but I just feel that in South Africa, there's not enough investment houses saying that there's trouble, and there's huge trouble coming. And we just believe that, based on our track record, that we've managed money very efficiently and effectively over the last 15 years, and we believe we'll continue to do that. We're very proud of our long-term track record. So, let's talk about why we've done so well. And I think there's two main reasons. Is one, when you invest money, you need to invest in assets. So what are assets? Assets over time hopefully grow, and they outperform inflation, because that's ultimately what you want to do. You want your money to outperform inflation, because if your money is not outperforming inflation, then you're going to find it very difficult to maintain your lifestyle. So if we look at the four main asset classes, and we look at how they performed historically, property and shares or equity have been the best performing asset class over the long term. But over the short term, they might underperform. They might provide you with a negative return, but they're not short-term investments. And I think that's a key point, is that when you invest, your time period is critical. So if you invested in the stock market, or if you invest in the property market, you shouldn't be there for the short term. Then rather be in cash. So what Gary Vaynerchuk is saying is that, hey, there's going to be trouble, put it into cash. Yes, he could be right, but then when are you going to move your money into the markets? Because the problem with cash is that it's going to lose value over time. Cash does not outperform inflation over time. You think of what you could buy with 10,000 Rand 10 years ago and what you can buy with 10,000 Rand today. Just not the same, right? So you're not going to create wealth with cash. Where's wealth created? It's created through business. I mean, everything around us is business. Everything I'm wearing is business. Everything you eat is business. We are doing business with each other all the time. So business is at the heart of the world's economy. Where else can you make money? In property. Over time, generally speaking, property's gone up in value. But again, the problem with property, the problem with shares or businesses, is that there are going to be time periods, especially like the last 5 years that we've experienced, where they're not going to perform. So your time period is critical. So once you know your time period and you know your objective, then you can invest in the appropriate asset classes. And from what I've seen, there are too many people who want to create long-term wealth, who have a low exposure to equity and they have a low exposure to property. And they've got an overexposure to cash. And then when they reach retirement, they wonder why they have insufficient capital for their needs. Or once they reach retirement, they say, oh, I've got to be conservative, I shouldn't be in the stock market, I shouldn't be in property because it's risky and it goes up and down, etc. Well, you can be retired for 30 years, if not longer. We are living longer. So the point is, you need to know what your objective is, and you need to know what your time period is. If your objective is long-term capital growth, then you should invest in the stock market and in property. So that's something that we believe that we've got right at Stringfellow, is that we make long-term decisions for our investors. Yes, we're managing our clients' money on a daily basis, and we're very aware of what's happening with the short term, and we're very concerned about, the pending stock market crash. But ultimately, we are here to create long-term wealth for our clients. And that's why we position our clients' money for the long term, and that's why we have done so well for our clients over the last 15 years. So reach out to us, connect with us on www.stringfellow.co.za, phone us, send us an email, we'll put all our details on the link there, and come and talk to us, and we'd love to have a conversation with you and discuss your portfolio and what's happening with the world and what we believe is going to happen in the future. Thank you.